So it's been 2 days since a lot of drama and the deletion of my original blog happened. And I've done a lot of thinking over the last couple of days. I know it was made pretty clear to me that I'm a no one in this fandom, and my opinion is neither wanted nor needed. But these videos aren't for other people. They're mainly for me. Most people aren't aware of what happened, but I got angry over something that happened, and I rushed into things and decided to make a video. The intention of pointing out what I felt was a problem within the fandom, and mainly defending a friend of mine. I should have stopped and thought about what I was doing. I rushed into it, I was angry, and the video did not come off as I had intended it to. A lot of people watched it and grew angry. They felt like it was an attack on the fandom and on one particular blog in one particular girl. And that wasn't what I meant. But people just flipped out over it. Which is understandable, you know. I agree that most of what I said in the video, I didn't think things through. I didn't explain a lot of it properly. I admit I was angry at the time. And I didn't stop. Normally I take time to collect myself and try to get my thoughts together before I do the videos, and in this case I didn't. And it came off wrong. But what happened after was completely unacceptable. At first it was just people angry, and those I handled, you know, I kind of yelled back, and after they told me, you know, they didn't want my opinion, I should stop making videos, and I handled those. And then it just kept going and kind of got worse, so I decided to turn Anon off. And then right as I was about to, I received one more message. And it was a message telling me that I had deserved the abuse I received as a child. They hoped whoever did it came back and finished me. They wished I was dead. And that was the message that kind of broke me. I broke out into tears. I spent literally, you know, after a half an hour of just straight bawling my eyes out at the fact that somebody could send that to me. I decided I was done with the fandom, and I was done with Tumblr, and I deleted my blog. And I kept crying. And about an hour later, it sank in, and I realized what I'd done, and I'd never regretted anything more. I loved that blog. I worked so hard on it. I spent a year of just, you know, so many hours. I probably spent more time on that blog than I've done anything else over the last year. I worked so hard on it. I worked for every single one of the 1,300 followers I got. I remember being so happy when I finally hit 1,000. It took me months, the better part of a year, to finally hit 1,000. I remember, you know, 2 of those follows were Luke and Jay. And there wasn't a day that went by that I didn't, you know, get a little thrill of happiness at seeing the such and such is following you. I was heartbroken over the loss of all of that. I lost a lot of friendships when that happened. There are several people now who won't speak to me because of what happened. And that breaks my heart. It makes me angry, but it also breaks my heart. I restarted my blog, and I turned Anon off. Anon is not on. I will not be receiving Anon messages. I don't know if I ever will after what happened. That message was just the cruelest thing I've ever heard in my life. I literally spent 2 days crying over the entire mess. I hate asking people for follows. I do. It makes me so anxious and crazy, and I hate doing it. But I put, all that aside, and I went back to so many people that I had loved and asked them to refollow me on my new account. And a good portion of you did. Some of you didn't, and that still saddens me. Some of you promoted me and gave me shout outs and things like that, and through some careful maintenance and blogging, I've managed to get up to 100 followers. I went on a following spree and just went down the tag and my dash, and I followed about 600 Janoskian blogs. And out of the 600, about 6 or 7 people actually followed me back. I don't know what the reason is for most of you if you just didn't realize. Most of those people I'm gonna put in there were people that had followed me before and I had followed back. We had mutually followed each other. Some I had talked to, some I hadn't, but most of you won't follow me now, and that's okay. You have your reasons. Whether you knew what happened or you didn't. I started over with a new, fresh blog, and I'm okay with that. I've kind of gotten over what happened. But it still doesn't change the fact that it did happen in the first place. The fact that so many people were willing to attack another person over something so trivial just kind of appalls me. If you didn't like the video, you didn't have to say anything. You could have unfollowed me and just ignored it. You could have complained to your friends about it. You didn't have to confront me. It was your right to confront me, I guess. You're welcome to do that. All except for that last message, I guess, weren't really unexpected. Mistakes were made all around. I apologized. I made a video apologize. I deleted the video and then made another video apologizing to the entire fandom and this one girl. And I admitted my mistakes, and it still didn't stop. And it just highlights an issue. A lot of you said that you didn't agree with me, and that's okay. I said I wouldn't be making any more videos, but here I am making another one. And I still stand by a lot of what I said in almost all of my videos. So many girls are still so upset when nobody thinks they're the pretty popular girls in the fandom. There's still a large percentage of the fandom that gets upset and feels it's unfair that other parts of the fandom receive certain privileges from the boys. That still happens. A lot of people disagree with me on that one, but you know what? A lot of people were like, yeah, you're right. The fandom's pretty much split half and half on that issue. And despite how wrong my video came off, the last one, there was a point to it, and that it is that there are some people who use illnesses and disorders to gain attention. I certainly won't be judging anyone and accusing them of doing so, because like you said, you're right, I don't know every facet of a person's life. But it doesn't change the fact that there are still people that do that. Regardless of how much you might not want to believe it, there are issues and there are drama in the fandom and on Tumblr. And they don't just go away because you send me an angry message telling me to keep my opinion to myself. I lost so many friends throughout this whole ordeal. I just remember being so upset that a huge majority of people I considered friends didn't even realize I was gone in the first place. They had no idea what had happened. Certain friends have told me that they saw the hate I was receiving. They couldn't read it, so they just kind of looked the other way, which hurt. I could have used some support, but I guess that's fair. You made your choice. Some people just, said they weren't on. They would have defended me, but, it's done, it's over with. I don't know how to feel anymore about the fandom, about Tumblr, about people I considered friends. It's all just a big mess.